Men must be taught as if you taught them not, and things unknown proposed as things forgot. Teaching is one of those topics that's super important in life. You can be very valuable, and we all are teachers. You need to teach your kid how to live their life, you need to teach your colleague how to do their job, and you can really be a valuable player in your community if you're a good teacher. Teaching is one of those topics that gives me the greatest pleasure in this life. And over the years, I have taught various different topics. I have taught private math lessons, practical people skills, university physics, entrepreneurship, and also various IT topics like SQL and Linux commands. I really enjoy it, and over the years, I have honed my skills to be quite proficient. And today, I'll give you my best tips. First, what is the goal? Do they want to be the best, or do they just want to understand the basics? For example, is the goal to pass the exam or to actually understand physics? Or do they need to use a program, or do they need to understand how the program works under the hood? Based on this goal, it's almost more important what you can leave out than what you include. Try to leave out as much as possible. Also, there might be some very practical reasons why you need to know very precisely what the goal is. For example, how much time there is to study. You might not have time to include everything. And try to find what motivates the student. When you know what motivates them, you can also use this goal and the motivation later when you are in the trenches. Secondly, try to understand their current level. And let me tell you, that is low. But regardless, ask them about their past experiences and try to ask practical examples so you really get to the nitty-gritty and really understand how their actual level is. But like said, it's probably much lower than you ever think. So next, try to go to their level. Try to start from where they are. It's so common that, for example, PhDs teach math like they would to other PhDs. Third tip, whatever they told you, ignore it and treat them as their starting level is very low. People are very embarrassed in the beginning. They are not very realistic usually about their level and their understanding. So it's very fruitful to them and to you that you assume that their starting level is quite low. But of course, we don't need to say this to them or show this to them in any way. And how you do this in practice is, for example, you start from the basics and you say, let's do this just in case. I know these are quite clear for you and quite simple, but just in case, let's start from the basics. And then when there are some things you notice they don't know from the basic topics, then we go to the great quote, things unknown are presented as things forgot. You say, oh, I know you know this, but you have just forgotten. Let's go over it just in case, so then you know it for the future stuff. This is how they learn. Number 4, tell them a lot of positive feedback about what they know, and also tell them how others used to make the same mistakes and how you yourself used to make the same mistakes. Simple, and it works. Finally, give them a lot of easy tasks and similar tasks over and over again, so they feel good and they feel they really get the gist of it and get forward and learn something. That's how they start, and starting is the most important step to, well, starting. Couple funny anecdotes related to this. First, sometimes you need to give them a bit more difficult task just to keep them on their toes. Like most people understand that you are giving them easy tasks and this is a strategy to get them forward. But once in a blue moon it happens that student thinks that they actually know everything because you just give them easy tasks in the beginning. So for this kind of student it's good to give a bit difficult task in between just to make it clear to them that there's still a lot of work to do. And another fun anecdote, I wrote a book on people skills, and sometimes I get a comment that, is this book really the most advanced and difficult things you know about people skills? No, it's what's useful for the students. A bonus tip. Sometimes there might be something overshadowing the effort to study and the learning that you might notice if you have a good empathy and people skills and you spend some time with the student. You will notice there might be something. They might be hungry, they might be arguing with their spouse, there might be a racist teacher. You never know. Like, there's 1,000 things in this world that can be wrong in another person's life. And if you notice that there is something overshadowing this studying effort, maybe you can softly try to ask about it, if it's something you can help them with, or if you can otherwise take it into account. We are all human and our lives are so versatile. It's not only about laser focus to one topic, so I have found it useful to take it into account and be a human to human, whoever I'm teaching and whatever the subject might be. I hope these tips were useful to you, and let me know in the comments any additional tips or questions. Please like and subscribe for future interesting videos about all kind of self-development topics and other randomness. And you can also check the description box for additional resources. See you!
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track.